No, it's been a couple days, obviously, since Saturday night and our win against Bowling Green, and I'm still hearing from quite a few people, and it's hard because we've got to move beyond it. But just reflecting back on a couple days later now, it's just sort of surreal. It was just a great night all the way around, from the game itself, the twists and turns and the ups and downs and emotions, the roller coaster you went through in the game, from us getting the lead to a tie game in the third period to overtime, and you're just hanging on every shot. So, and I know everybody that came that night, wanted to see a win. They were here to celebrate, and I'm just so happy that it turned out like it did. And you have to be good, but you have to be lucky. And I thought we were both. I thought we were pretty good for a lot of stretches in the game, and then we had some bounces and breaks go our way. So. Just a great event, just a great atmosphere, just a great night for Michigan Tech hockey and the university, and obviously our community. So, but now we have to move beyond that. But that night will be remembered for a long time by a lot of people. And like I said, it was just a terrific way to win a championship, and to get the opportunity to go forward in the NCAA tournament.
I don't know the last time I won a championship. I got to play in the BCHL finals, and we lost in Game 6. And I think the last time I played in a championship game before that was like Pee Wee's. So it's awesome, and especially like in front of the fan base that we had, the crowd that we had there, it was just so loud. And I've been seeing a lot of videos on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter of people like making edits and whatever, and just how loud it was in there. It's crazy, and it's awesome for Shane. He's a warrior, that guy. And I was lucky enough to be on the ice, and just me and Maddie were the first two guys to him there, and it's a great experience.
It was probably one of my favorite games I've ever played. Just playing in front of our home crowd here, the fans during warm-ups were all fired up, and that got all of us fired up, and they were loud the entire game, and it was really special winning it here with them.
Well, originally I was trying to pass to Shane backdoor. He was sneaking down there behind their defender, and I tried to throw it in between my guy's legs, and he ended up closing up his skates and blocking it. But the other guy was coming to me too, and they both ran into each other. The puck popped back out of me in the slot, and the other guy, I don't know if it was a forward or defenseman, but he came out to block it. So I was like, I can't really get this blocked on the last guy back. So I faked the shot and pulled it around, and when I looked up, the goalie was still down. He was kind of trying to reach across to maybe get there. I didn't think he was going to bite that hard, but I just threw it in a basically open net. And it was just, really exciting to score in that big game like that.
We felt pretty good going in the third period. We had the 2-0 lead, and we played well for the most part in third periods this year, especially with the lead. And once they got that goal, and then the second goal, which was a tough one to give up. You're always concerned about your goaltender after you give up maybe a goal that you think you should have had, and but not with Angus. He really responded to that, and that's what you want to see in a goalie. Anytime you give up a goal, whether it's a good goal, bad goal, but especially in a critical point in a big game like that, and he shut the door. And I thought that showed a lot about him and a lot about his maturity, and it was important because the next goal in that game, for the most part, the game's over. And I thought Angus did a real nice job rebounding from that, as well as our team did. We got through the third period, settled down, and then really started to play. But Angus had to keep us in the game because we weren't playing like we needed to play after those two goals that they scored. They had the momentum, and Angus did a great job keeping us in the game until we got the opportunity we needed to win.
I don't know. I got the puck from, I think it was Mike Neville, who was at the blue line. He gave the puck back to me, and I didn't hear anything. I think the crowd was going pretty wild at that point. So I just looked up, got my head up, and I saw Shane streaking down the middle for a breakaway. And I've seen him there before throughout the year for some reason. He likes to go for breakaways. But, I just saw him, and luckily my pass hit his tape, and he buried.
Like I've mentioned before, you're great players find a way to make plays. And I'm just happy it was a good goal. A lot of times in overtime you'll see a bad goal or whatnot go in, but there was nothing about this goal that was bad. It was a great pass. We all talk about the goal, but the pass that Matt Roy made on the play was just as important. If he doesn't see that, if he doesn't move the puck up in that situation, we don't get that breakaway. But a good read by Shane. He saw an opening to jump up, and they were making a line change, and he did. It was a great pass, and Shane just went in and made no mistake. I mean, that was a big-time shot at any level. I mean, you go in there and you snap it from about the hash marks in stride, and their goalie had no chance. And, I'm so happy we won. So happy for Shane, but even happy. There was a good goal, and from that point on, it was bedlam. I can't remember the next 10 minutes after that, really, or 15 maybe. But so happy for Shane and so proud of him, and he's just a warrior. He didn't play. He had one shift in the first overtime, and I think this was a second shift in the second overtime, and it just goes to show you how tough a competitor he really is. There were a lot going on into the week leading up to it. Just the tickets and people looking for tickets. Our students lining up starting on Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock. I think the first two students showed up for a 7 o'clock Saturday night game. I came in early on Saturday at about 3 o'clock and just walked the halls. I thought I might see 50 to 100 people, but as you start walking in the building, I couldn't believe how many students were lined up to get in. As well as the community members already showing up to get in the building. So it was just an incredible experience, incredible night. And I'm so relieved in a lot of ways that we sent the fans home happy. I mean, like I said, they were here to celebrate. They were here to blow the roof off of this place, not only during the game, but especially after the game. And just the way the game played out, to go into overtime and that shot, I think I'll call it the shot heard around the Copper Country. Was just a huge goal, and I'm so happy for our community because we all envision this. I think you all envision a packed house, overtime, who's going to get the goal, and then being able to celebrate. And then we brought the fans down, and we did that last year when we celebrated the McNaughton Cup for the regular season championship, and I had it in the back of my mind that if we would win, that again we'd get the fans down and to help celebrate. I mean, the people in this community and our students are so involved in our program, and you want them to share the experience and help you celebrate, and that's what it's all about. And I think our players enjoyed it, and I know that looks like the fans enjoyed it. And I just thought it was a great night. Delayed us getting out of the building. I'm sure the building people wanted to move things along a little bit, but moments like that don't happen very often, and you have to take advantage of it, and you have to cherish those moments and celebrate and live in that moment. And I thought it was just a fabulous way for our players and our fans to gather as one and celebrate the championship.